Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So yesterday there was a pretty big game in the NBA between the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers. And the reason it was so important was because it was the first time Luka Doncic was going to be returning home to Dallas after the bombshell trade that went down about a month or so ago now. So there was a lot of hype going into the game, and actually in the game, the Lakers ended up winning. They played well. Luka finished the game with 45 points on 57% shooting from the field, 70% shooting from three, hitting 7 threes, 7% from the free throw line while getting 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals to go for that game. So it was a very big game. Very emotional game. I saw the video of the tribute video that they were giving him, and you know, he was tearing up, and I'm sure it was a very emotional night for him. But ultimately the Lakers were able to come away victorious with that win and further solidifying their chances to be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference going into the playoffs. So that was great. But going into the game, that game was being covered by ESPN, which means that there was a lot of promotion that was taking place on ESPN. And earlier in the morning, they were discussing this very game and all of the side stories surrounding the game on ESPN First Take. And on the panel, they had Brian Windhorst, Monica McNutt, Molly Karam, and Chris Mad Dog Russo. Now, if you know anything about Chris Mad Dog Russo, you know he's not afraid to go against the grain. He'll say things that a lot of people are thinking, but very few people are willing to say. Whenever he does that, he ends up resonating with a lot of folks. So as they were talking about the game and all the various stories, like who's LeBron's most skilled teammate, blah, 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 Chris Mad Dog Russo then begins to say something. He then begins to say that Luka Doncic is absolutely impossible to cheer for, to root for. And the reason he's impossible to root for is because of all of his on-court antics, always crying to the refs, complaining and all of that. And he said he is one of the most difficult people to support. And as he's saying this, you can hear Molly starting to react and Monica McNutt starting to react to what he's saying. And I'm like, this is a pretty interesting topic that we need to discuss today. But before we even get into what Mad Dog had to say, our video is brought to you by sponsor, Game Time. One of the things I love the most is making unforgettable memories with family and friends. And one of the things I hate the most is overpaying for tickets only to find out that there was a better deal out there. That's one of the reasons I started using Game Time. Game Time is the easy go-to app for last-minute tickets to sports, concert, and theater events across 60+ states in the US and Canada. Game Time saves me time, money, and stress by curating only the best deals, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time scrolling through overpriced tickets. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It highlights the best value seats instantly. No more guesswork, no more wasting time. I'm really looking forward to the game coming up between the Knicks and the Cavaliers in New York on Friday. Here's what I like to do. I turn on all-in pricing so I know exactly what I'm paying for up front. I check Game Time Picks to find out the most valuable deals. And finally, I pick the ticket I want. I choose between the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do is I want to play what Chris had to say and listen to Molly's response to him on ESPN First Take, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to him here.
Yeah, listen, you stole it right from me. Wendy, number one, he had a technical earlier in the game. So I can't give you any benefit of that when you already had a technical. I know that Monica might say that too. Plus, I'm going to give you a big picture here. He is, this is as a fan, he is impossible to root for. He constantly moans and groans at the end.
There's a whole city that would beg to differ.
You're saying I understand, but I'm talking about the average fan who doesn't have any rooting interest. Oh, God, he's constantly moaning and groaning at the officials, constantly carping at the officials. He's constantly looking for foul calls. What is he doing? He makes a big basket with 7 minutes to go, and he's yelling at whether it's JT or a fan. Go back and play defense. I mean, come on. I mean, on and on. It happens all the time with this guy. He's very hard to take. Yeah, you can't dispute that. You're telling me that he doesn't argue with the officials?
Monica, is there a little truth? Is there a little
come
truth
on,
in what he's saying compared to other players?
Molly, yes, but Mad Dog just put 500 on 5. Like, come on now. You act like this dude is at the end of the bench just yakking. You sound like the Mavericks organization when they made this trade, as if this dude has not have the caliber of athlete to be an MVP and take a team to the finals.
So in other words, then because he's great, he's allowed to act like an idiot on the court?
I would love him to curb some of his enthusiasm in this regard. However, let's not play it like Luka not one of them ones in this league.
No, he's a great player. I love him. He's the third best player in the league. I'm not disputing that.
He's just impossible.
I said again, he's impossible. I didn't say he's not great.
I know.
He is very difficult to root for. Oh, he's constantly talking to the officials.
Wendy, have you heard this around the league at all? Any credence to this?
Well, again, I think it's word usage. I think at times he's hard to watch because he is constantly, always every play, and it can be a little bit dispiriting to watch. I think if he's on your team, you love him because and in a way, the way he embraces being the nemesis, the way he embraces being the enemy, he's sometimes risen to have his best moments when he's trying to settle a personal vendetta. That is enjoyable to watch. I'm not sure the word root is correct, but I agree. There are times when I watch him, when I see the complaining, I'm like, please, I can't take it. And so I understand what Mad Dog is saying. I think you can root for him if he's on your team.
So you heard the exchange between these two people. What are my thoughts on what they said? First of all, I think it's important that we say every one of our favorite players do things that are annoying. Every one of our favorite players. There were things that Kobe Bryant did that was annoying. There were certain ways he would used to speak at times that would be cringe to me. There's certainly certain things that Kawhi Leonard does that turns me off from time to time. Certain ways he speaks to the media that turns me off from time to time. So I believe that no NBA player is perfect in the eyes of their fans. Okay, maybe not LeBron fans. LeBron fans think everything LeBron does is perfect, but every player has the thing that is annoying, right? Either to their fan base or to observers of the sport. So that's I think it's important that we say that so it doesn't look like we're just singling out Luka Doncic here. Now, to what Mad Dog was talking about in terms of Luka being hard to support, I agree. Like, let's not get it twisted. Luka Doncic is mad annoying. Like, let's keep it a beam. Let's not lie to ourselves. Luka is mad annoying to root for. Why? Number one, Luka is always complaining. Always complain. Luka virtually complains almost every other possession down the court. When he misses a shot or something, he's going to complain. He's going to point to the ref. He's going to complain about something. He's going to whine about something. If you watch now, almost every single play that goes against him, Luka's always call a review. Every single, it could be the first quarter, 2 minutes into the game. Luka does something, the refs call something he doesn't like, call a review, right? Luka is always complaining. That's number one. Number two, Luka is always talking trash. Let's just keep it a buck. Luka is always talking trash. If Luka hits a shot, it could be in the first quarter, it could be in the second quarter. He's going to be talking to the crowd. He's going to be making faces. It's like, yo, bro, play the game, man. Like, I get it. You want to get yourself in the mood. I get you want to hype yourself up, get the juices flowing. I get all of that. But, bro, it's the first quarter. Like, it's not every single move you got to flex and do this. That's wild annoying, too. And I'll say this. Even though, I'm kind of in recess right now in terms of supporting the Lakers until LeBron retires, just because Luka's there, that don't mean Luka ass ain't annoying. Luka is annoying too, right? He is annoying too. So I think Chris is talking about something that a lot of people feel. How do I know this? Because even Brian Windhorst supported him. Now, what made it awkward was Molly and Monica acting like as if it's like, but like, man, they just so cringy up there, man. That whole vibe is just so, how like you can rock out with a certain set of people and there's another set of people you just cannot rock out. Man, they got that cringy kind of vibe to them. And it's just so cringy to me. I don't know. Maybe some people love it. To me, it's just so cringy. Right? It's just so cringy. And she's like, really? And I'm like, have you watched Luka play? It's like, number one. Number two, he's given a sport take. And I think he's given a take that a lot of people feel. What he's talking about is true. Luka is always complaining. So shout out to Chris Mad Dog for actually having the balls to go out there and say what a lot of people would think naturally. Luka can be annoying, and I don't think he crossed the line or anything like that. I think he just said and stated the obvious. These are just my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.